Today, let's take a look at this 2019 Chevrolet Silverado RST, courtesy of Yark Automotive Group, just showing over 70,000 miles. Yark Automotive specializes in providing a live market price for this truck through Kelley Blue Book. That is $37,388. And along with a live market price, Yark Automotive also specializes in providing a full Carfax report that can be found on the listing site at yarkauto.com that can show all service history along with any damage or accidents that have been reported, because we want the customer to know that they have the added security of knowing that their truck was fully inspected and serviced before being handed the keys. In the case of this truck, this has a clean Carfax report with no accidents or damages reported. And if you're interested to know the full service history along with the full Carfax, check it out at yarkauto.com at the listing. Let's go ahead and check out the exterior. The exterior color is known as Midnight Gray Metallic, and it's finished over a jet black cloth interior. Up here we can see we are riding on 22-inch machined Chevrolet wheels, gloss black, and we are also riding on Bridgestone Alenza low profile tires. It's a handsome color. Here at the back we have this large Chevrolet logo stamped into the back along with the RST Rally Sport truck badge at the back. We've got built-in bed steps on either side of the bumper along with a hitch receiver and a hitch pin. We have this nice high-quality tonneau cover and a bedline bed with a nice Chevrolet bow tie at the back. Tailgate is easy to sit down. We've got these nice steel running boards here along the sides. So this is the new generation Silverado. We've got this nice black bow tie in the middle and this interesting grille design. Some might find it controversial, but I think it definitely looks futuristic. We've got two tow hooks at the bottom along with fog lights and parking lights. A nice, it's kind of a vented design here on each side on the fenders. More flowy. Under the hood is a 5.3 liter Ecotec 3 that puts out 355 horsepower and 383 pound-feet of torque, mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission. Nice black mirror caps. The body is in pristine shape. There are no dents or dings or scratches. And remember, if you're interested in the service history along with vehicle condition, you can check out the Carfax report provided at the listing at yarkauto.com. Let's check out the second row first. This is a full crew cab, so we have a max amount of cargo space. We have these nice all-season floor mats that are provided, wood flush on the doors, and a ton, and I mean a ton, of legroom in the second row. We have cup holders in the middle, and what's interesting about these new Silverados is that you have storage cubbies within the seats. Back here we can see we do not have rear climate control, but we do have a USB-C outlet and a regular USB outlet along with a 12-volt outlet adapter. Two cup holders at the back for the passengers. This is definitely a comfortable back seat for a long road trip. Let's go ahead and check out the cockpit. Stepping into the cockpit of this Silverado RST. This is the older interior design before they got the mid-cycle refresh, but it still is a handsome and well-appointed interior. Starting over here, of course, we have power windows, power locks, and power mirrors galore with our power locks located on the door. We've got our control for trailer tow mode and sport mode. To put it in sport mode, turn it to the right, and to disable it, turn it to the right once again. And for tow mode, turn it to the left, and to disable it, turn it to the left again. Down here we can see we have our four-wheel drive controls with four-wheel drive auto, four-wheel drive high, two-wheel drive high, and terrain mode. Down here we have our fog lights along with our bed light and our light controls for the gauges, along with our automatic light controls and running lights. And the parking brake is located down here with the switch right here. Coming over to the center of the wheel, we have nicely appointed pieces here. But what's interesting about this is that it's controlled by this wheel. Cancel and set, and a heat wheel function. We've got voice control over here along with our radio control. A nice black bow tie in the middle. Up here we have the traditional column shift. For this generation, it is much smaller than the previous gen, so it's less in your face and it's not as bulky, and it takes up less room, so it's not really in your way when you're driving. And of course we have the gear limit on that side of the column shift as well. Overall, this wheel is of course leather wrapped, nice to the touch. On there we have our engine start, and coming over here to this center stack, we have this decent sized display screen with Chevrolet MyLink that can show OnStar audio, phone connection, Apple CarPlay, and Android Auto, of course, as standard. Our seeking control, our menu control here, our volume control, climate control here in the middle, along with all of the different directions. Down here we have our heated seat controls, our park sensor controls, auto start stop, drop down tailgate, hazard lights, traction control, a 110 power outlet control right there. We also have the all windows down feature that's been a quirk that General Motors has put on a lot of their trucks and SUVs since the early 2000s. We have a trailer brake controller right here, along with another USB-C port and a regular USB port and a 12-volt outlet. In the middle here we have a lot of real estate for whatever you'd like to put there in the middle, with a small divider that's of course movable. 3 cup holders in the middle. You could probably put your phone in the center there, but we have a cavernous center console. We can see that I'm storing GoPro boxes in the middle to give a demonstration, so it fits them and more just fine. Here you have an SD slot, another USB port, and an aux jack, and a tiny convenient light in the middle. Over here we have a split clamshell glove box. The driver's seat is also power operated, but the other seats in this truck are manual operation. Overall, the driving position is big and burly, feels manly. You're sitting over this long, swoopy hood, and you have nice storage space up here for whatever you'd like to put up there. You have plenty of room if you'd like to put a phone mount on the dash. The dashboard has held up very well. You have nice grab handles up here for the driver and the passenger, so if somebody struggles to get in this truck, they also not only have the running boards, but they do have these giant firm grab handles to assist them getting in. Here in the gauge cluster, we can see that we have analog gauges for tachometer, speedometer, oil pressure, water temp, fuel gauge, and battery voltage, easy to read. In here we have our center screen that can show our miles per hour, along with the fuel economy and a compass. This is all configurable. Overall, a nice and comfortable place to be. Let's get this truck out on the road. We have a nice backup camera there with guidance lines and the ability to see a camera from the hitch, so if you need help towing, you know exactly how to back it up. Nice, noticing that 5.3 liter V8, smooth power delivery as it rolls through the gears on that 8-speed automatic, one of the better transmissions, quite universally used across different brands, whether it be Chevrolet or Ford or Chrysler, but it pairs well to this V8. Overall, first impressions, riding on these low profile wheels, it's a little bit rough, and you're not going to be able to really do that much off-roading, even though you do have a 4-wheel drive system, so you have to be mindful of that. These are not geared toward off-road use. It's more for on the street, because this is the RST. This is the rally sport truck. It's a more sport oriented truck, but this one riding on these 22-inch low pros, not really geared for off-road use, and it does make the ride a little bit stiff, but these cloth seats are always comfortable as can be. They are not rough riding seats whatsoever, and they can handle a long trip with no issue. In traffic like this engine is quiet. The transmission doesn't do any kind of searching to find out what gear to be in. It's smooth and seamless downshifts and upshifts, not really making a ton of noise. And we do have the benefit of cylinder deactivation, so it'll cut down to 4 cylinders depending on how fast you're going or throttle response. We can still tell that there's a big American pushrod engine underneath your hood, begging to be unleashed. Heavy duty suspension, not a lot of body roll, keeps it stiff and upright in the corners. Low end grunt from that pushrod engine, so it gets you up to speed with no problem. That was probably about a quarter throttle. Gets up to speed and goes. A lot of overrun there too. The only kind of gripe I have with the truck so far are the brakes. The brakes feel a little bit strange. The pedal itself feels firm, but there's vibration coming from the brakes themselves. While the initial wheels make this ride a little bit bumpy, you get positive steering feel from the steering wheel. You can really tell what the tires are doing. But for the most part, for a truck with heavy duty suspension, the overall steering feel and steering wheel feel on a highway like this, it feels smooth, but it tells you what you need to know with what the wheels and tires are doing and things like that, which is good. You want positive feedback. If you want to kick it down, almost instantaneous power and torque from that 5.3 liter V8, but the pedal feels firm and strong, and the brakes are doing their job with no problem. It's just that there's vibration coming from the brakes. God, awesome noise. It sounds muscular, it sounds healthy. It's one of the best engines that General Motors has ever built, so you know it's reliable and it will break infrequently. Not a lot of worry about this thing breaking. It's proven to be reliable. Of course things break, but this one will break much less frequently than other competing engines. It loves to get up and run. Overall, for what you're getting for the price of $37,000, it's well equipped. It's got a big V8 up front. You've got four-wheel drive capability. You have a very usable bed at the back. You have an easy assist tailgate. You have cruise control. You have numerous options. So for $37,000, this truck seems like a steal. Truck, remember, it's more pointed toward looking cool and sounding cool. Of course, it has four-wheel drive, so you can still use it, but I recommend maybe putting some beefier tires on it. But if you want to look cool on the street and still be able to haul or tow something, then this truck is perfect for you. It's perfect for a family. It's perfect for a long trip. It's perfect for going to different kind of sporting events or hauling something, whether you need to pull a boat, whether you need to fill it with whatever you want to fill the bed with. It's sport oriented and it's well equipped, but it still has that feeling of a traditional, reliable American truck. And for the person who wants a traditional, reliable American truck with a V8 four-wheel drive and a usable bed, this truck is perfect. And you also get the added benefit of looking cool too, because the RST is the Rally Sport package. So you get to look cool and have a usable truck that is just perfect for you. And for $37,000, nothing's stopping you. What you get for $37,000 is worth the price. And you also have the benefit of knowing that it's a live market price and is priced at a fair deal compared to the competition, because at Yark Automotive, we always prioritize using live market pricing to ensure that our customers are getting the best and fairest price for what they're interested in. This truck has a clean Carfax title. It has no damages or accidents reported, and it has been serviced for the majority of its life here at Yark Chevrolet, a proven Chevy dealership that is certified. So you have the added comfort of knowing that this truck was well maintained and inspected thoroughly, a full point inspection by Yark to make sure that the buyers have all of the assurance of knowing that their truck was fully looked over and inspected before being handed the keys. So as always, if you like this vehicle or like this video, remember to check out Yark Automotive Group. Go to yarkauto.com, where you can find hundreds of different pre-owned and certified used cars, as well as new vehicles from our 9 dealerships. Because remember, at Yark Automotive, we've got just what you're looking for.